What's up, guys? It's Shreyas Laddha of the Kansas City Star, and I have my guy Carter Stanley, and we have another episode of Rock Chalk Film Room. We're going to preview some UNLV, but before that, we're going to talk a little bit about this Kansas team and some key decisions for some key players. First one, probably one of the biggest ones, is what's happening with Austin Booker. You know, is he coming to Kansas with Kansas to the bowl game? I know there's some rumors he is, he isn't. I think it was Swain from 24/7 Sports reported that he's not coming to the bowl game with Kansas. And there's been some other reports that corroborated that. But he's a guy that could be an NFL guy. So I guess if he comes or doesn't come, it's a pretty big deal for Kansas.
Yeah, no, Shreyas, I didn't really know of that until we spoke earlier. And, I guess I knew it was a possibility, but it's a big decision for him and for the rest of these players as well. And, I think, I just hope that they're getting good guidance, whoever is in their inner circle. And, obviously I'm hoping they continue to play for KU, but in the day you got to do what's best for you. So definitely get both sides of it.
100%. Yeah. What happens with Devin is going to be another really fascinating thing. I think we were talking about it, as a running back, it's, I think, a heightened expectation of like, is the time good to go? Because, how short careers are for running backs in the NFL. And he's had a tremendous year. I think right now he's projected like anywhere like from third to fifth, sixth round. So I'm excited to see what happens with him. And I know Kansas fans would obviously love him back, and he'd probably be the all-time leading rusher at the end of next season.
Which is pretty cool. Cool. Hometown kid. But yeah, definitely got to do what's best for you. And, definitely be looking forward to that decision.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't subscribed to Kobe Bryant's YouTube channel yet, you guys should do that, because apparently we're anticipating an announcement one way or the other. I don't know.
Get those numbers up.
He's got to get the numbers up on the YouTube channel. But
yeah,
I think it'll be interesting to see who Kansas has out there on the depth chart in a couple of days. And, this opponent in UNLV is an opponent that Kansas, I think, should beat. They're 13-point favorites, I think, going into this game, at least last I checked. And I think there's a reason why for that. I guess the first thing we'll go into is the fact that Kansas is probably going to run heavy in this game. UNLV gives up 170 yards almost on the ground. UNLV has not played a great schedule. Their strength schedule is not good at all. They're average giving up opponents like 27 points per game, which is like right in the middle of the pack. And Kansas obviously is a little bit of a run-heavy team at times, but I expect this game, especially if Devin Neal and Highshaw and whoever else, the regular stable of backs, is playing, that Kansas establishes with a run early. You saw in this Texas Tech game, he basically had a really nice run. Devin Neal doing what he does best, creates some separation, gets it, and takes it to the house. And I anticipate Kansas to go pretty heavy against this UNLV team because, they have some, like you mentioned, good defensive linemen, but I think they're a little thinner in the linebacker area. They're not as big as some of the Big 12 linebackers.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. It's, I think our offensive line and tight ends, I think they're going to be able to block that front seven really well. And, once it gets to that point, it's Neal and Highshaw, McDuffie, whoever's in there, just taking care of the rest and making some defensive backs miss. So I think you could definitely anticipate us establishing the run, like pretty much every week and trying to establish that run to, potentially open up some play action passes later.
100%. And speaking of play action passes, we have the classic Dean fake to running back, and he sells it so well. Wide open Mason Fairchild takes it home for a touchdown. I think we're going to see like at least 2 or 3 play action plays where Kansas takes a deep shot against this UNLV team. I think they will get baited a little bit in some of these plays just by how good Kansas is at running the ball. And I think it's going to work out to their advantage just by the fact that they're not going to be passing as much as some of the other teams that UNLV has played.
Yeah, no, I hope we see this exact same play because Bean playing his last game for KU, Fairchild as well. And, I think to touch on our earlier video, if you just establish that run, obviously the box players, the defensive line and linebackers, they're going to be tuned into the run. But once you get those safeties creeping up and really just trying to drive into the box, that's when you get an opportunity for a pop play like that. And I would love to see, especially some of those seniors, Bean, Fairchild, some of those guys go out with a few touchdowns.
100%.
So we'll move over the defensive side of the ball for KU and what they need to look at here. So UNLV, they're pretty balanced attack. I want to say they do want to run the ball mainly, and that's when they're at their best, when they can run the ball successfully. But they got a young quarterback here who, Lord knows whether he's in the portal or not. Shreyas and I were talking about it. There's a lot of rumors that he was in the portal. Can't see anything confirmed. So, I certainly expect him to play, but he's a dynamic player for sure. Can run, throw, and this system here that they run, a lot of it is pretty similar to what KU does on offense with read option, triple option, good amount of motion. I believe UNLV's head coach is actually Barry Odom, former Missouri coach. So hopefully get a win versus a former Tiger there. But first play, you're going to see just triple option, honestly, really well executed. And, I'd imagine our defense is, pretty ready for this, considering they see it in practice every week. So,
yeah, no, I mean, you talk about seeing it in practice every week. Do you feel like that's a massive advantage for Kansas that they play against probably two of the most athletic quarterbacks in the nation, arguably?
100%. And yeah, the quarterbacks for sure, but then also running backs as well, like UNLV. I think they have 3 running backs that are anywhere from 500 to 750 rushing yards on the year. So you're going to get different styles, different players, and KU's used to that as well, seeing Neal, Highshaw, McDuffie, and some of those other guys. So yeah, I think it's definitely an advantage that this system is pretty similar to what KU sees on a weekly basis. And so last play we got here is kind of ties in with what that first play was. You're going to get a lot of motion. You're going to get a hard fake on the run, play action. And they got 2 pretty good wide receivers. Number 11, Ricky White, is their best receiver. He's got right around 1,400 receiving yards on the season. And number 21, the guy in motion here, that's their second best receiver. Pretty dynamic players. And when they look to do play action like this, you'll see these guys involved a lot. So, I think luckily we got some really good DBs, and hopefully those guys can lock them down and kind of minimize big gains there.
Do you expect like Kobe to be in single coverage with him, and then maybe Kenny just kind of there over the top just in case he gets beat?
Yeah, I could see that. I think honestly UNLV is going to try to move these guys around a lot just to try to find matchups that they like. And it's tough to tell whether KU is going to have Kobe Bryant and maybe Mello Dotson travel the field with these guys, or if they just stick to their normal side. So, I think we'll just play pretty base, and I don't think it'll be a true one-on-one matchup for every snap. But I think Kenny Logan will be a huge factor in this game, just because, again, UNLV, they're going to want to run the ball a lot, and Kenny's going to have to come up and make plays in the box. But you also got to be wary of guys running behind you on a deep post and make sure you don't give up the big play.
No, 100%. Well said. Do you have a score prediction for this game?
Ooh, score prediction. So Coach Z, Colin plays. I like it. Bean last game. I think KU comes out hot, stays on the gas pedal, and I think we win 48-27.
That's
48-27.
I mean, I like it. I think I could see it. I just think, I'm trying to think of how many times Kansas scored 40 plus this year. because I feel like they're perpetually in the late 30s for score wise. I'm gonna go 38-24. 38-24.
38-24. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So still a cover. Still a
Yes.
cover.
Still covering for the gamblers out there. Still covering, which is big. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it on my end. I know Carter and me have really enjoyed doing this season. I know we started a little bit, a couple weeks in, but it's been a lot of fun, and we appreciate you guys' support and kind words, emails, etc. Anything to add, Carter?
Yeah, no, piggybacking off what you said, really appreciate the support and the feedback. And, this has been a ton of fun. Shreyas, I want to thank you for reaching out to me with this whole idea. This was by no means my idea. You approached me, and, I love the sounds of it. And, yeah, definitely, I think we got better and better as the episodes went on, and definitely really enjoyed it. So just want to thank you and the people that tuned in.
100%. We're just talking ball, as you say. So
Yeah.
until next time, guys. And I think we're going to have some fun off-season segments a few times, and maybe look into some of the guys that Kansas has brought on in the 2024 class and break down their high school film. But thanks for tuning in.